This is the Board of Assessment Appeals, Room 2. Today is March 14th. It is 9:51 a.m. This is Neil Fink. Okay, so welcome. My name is Neil Fink. I'm one of 9 members on the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'll be hearing your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded through the phone here. The current time is 9:56 a.m. Just to go over a few things for the record and process before we actually begin to hear your appeal. I'm just going to review some information to make sure it's accurate and that it's on the record. This is appeal number 692. Oh, do you need to answer that call? Or?
No. I'm just making sure that. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We're starting a few minutes early, so it's okay.
Alarm for 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just to make
I don't
sure.
want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is appeal number 692.
692, correct.
The address is 116 Davis Road. The homeowners are Pankaj and Poonam Raval.
Yes.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Oh, very good, yeah.
Okay. The town placed a value on your home of $603,000.
Yeah.
You are requesting a reduction to $425,000.
Yes.
So is that all correct?
That's correct.
Okay. If you can just, again, for the recording and the record, state your names and that you confirm that you are the owners of the home.
You both speak one of you?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Pankaj Rawal, and I am one of the owners of the property at 116 Davis Road, Fairfield, Connecticut.
My name is Poonam Pankaj Rawal, and I am also a owner. Me and my husband, 116 Davis Road, Fairfield, Connecticut, 06825.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. And now, because this is a legal hearing, I need to swear you in. If you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
So, all right. So now, last process thing before we hear the information that you brought in is just to have you sign. Again, what you're signing for is to confirm that we reviewed this information and it's accurate and that I, in fact, swore you in. You can both sign on this line here next to each other. And you can just sign. You don't have to worry about writing your name. Okay. And so now is your chance to...
Do we need the date? No.
No, I'll fill that in because I have to sign it as well. So now's your chance to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home should in fact be $425,000. And remember, we're actually looking back to the value at what it would have been on October 1st of 2025, technically.
That's right.
So, okay, I'm just going to sign this. And then I'm going to take some notes on the computer, just so you know I am in fact paying attention to you. It's just I do better on the computer than
I'll just speak.
by hand. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have made the appeal earlier, and we have submitted a document with some data and some reasons for our appeal.
Right.
So that you already have. And on top of that, we have another summary document today, which we'll be submitting with our discussion here.
Great. And I'll add that to your file. And did you have a preliminary hearing? Did you meet with anybody before in the assessor's office? Okay. No. That's fine.
So
we did our best what we can provide you
okay.
about our appeal.
Okay.
Typically, we did not question when earlier raises came because it was reasonable and we understand our civic responsibility. But this time it is very high change for our value. So what we are going to provide is a summary document which has got a table which is giving you my property details versus some local sales in the area.
Okay.
And giving you the area and the land area, occupation area, and also the proposed value versus last year or year before assessment for those properties. When reviewing this data, we realized that our change of our value suggested now is almost 95% from what it was in 2024.
Okay.
Land value I'm talking about, not just the whole house value.
Okay.
So that's the biggest chunk. Change 95% property value change from just 2 years or 1 year time frame doesn't make.
So in 2 years it was 95%.
Sorry?
In 2 years you're saying the land value
it was 23. You have written there. 23.
Okay.
It was only 24, 289,000 value. Now it is 560.
So it's really 1 year because this is actually October of 25 that we're looking at.
Right. So it is 95% change, which doesn't seem to be realistic in our opinion. And if it is based on just simply the market had gone up and overall in the unprecedented numbers, if that is reflected in 1 year change, because the rest of my 20 years or 30 in this property, it never became that high.
Right.
And suddenly in 1 year, I'm seeing the number changing 95%. That's very high in my opinion.
Right. And most of your, I'm not familiar with Davis Road. What area is that in?
That is near
Starfield Road.
No.
Of course I know where Davis is.
Stratfield Woods.
I know exactly where. I was thinking of the different street. I live right near you, actually, off of Stratfield Road as well, off of Skytop.
Wow.
So they're valuing your house almost completely off of the land and only $39,000 for the dwelling itself.
But I'm talking about land only.
Right.
The land price has changed from 289,400 to 560,000, the proposed price.
Right.
That's pretty hectic, 95% change. And that I don't think is correct. It's not realistic. There's something is not right, or maybe just based on last year's stock market unprecedented change.
Right.
So if that is a thing, it is not sustainable.
I mean, it should be based on comparable sales, which you've prepared. So we'll look at those.
Right. Now, if the comparable sale is in about under 500 kind of a value, but those properties are typically either have a bigger land or have much more facilities and addition, upgrade to their houses.
Right.
So the second thing is that when I look at this percentage, all these properties have change in land price. I'm still talking land price.
Right.
Only less than 90 or 86, 85%. Why mine is 95%? So that's another difference. That our land has been proposal is 95%, while the rest of people have only 38%, 86%.
So it's not a fair.
So it's not a fair condition.
Go on a second, but we have a time.
Then another problem. Okay, thank you. And then properties sold in our area more than 450K are typically have a larger land area or larger built-in area or upgrade. Since 1998.
So I'm sorry, you're saying property selling above what amount?
Property selling in my neighborhood in all that
above
area.
450K
or more. They basically have basically updated houses. Some of them are
typically with more land and more updated.
There are more improvements in addition to that.
Because your house, it looks like your house is 1,100.
The land is like double than us.
Right. So you're on a quarter acre, and your house is about 1,100 square feet, 1,150. Okay.
And so that's one thing. And since 1997, we've been living there. We have really not changed anything.
Any single thing,
not windows,
no
doors. Everything is old because we all the time was thinking of doing that, and then the cost was prohibiting because we are senior citizens, and we are just retired 2 years back. So it's not easy for us to absorb something like that. So if we do all these changes, our house has no air conditioning.
Right. But again, they're mainly, if you look at the breakdown, they're mainly, I'm interested how they came to such a high value for the land, but only say your house is worth $39,000. I mean, they're assuming that.
They're just putting land prices 95% increase.
Yeah.
I mean,
this looks to me like the assumption is that somebody would build a new house on the property if they were to buy it.
But if you do that, right, that's my next point.
Right.
I'm explaining that if I go and make all these changes, if I get a new oil
Windows.
system, new windows, new roofing,
Electric.
everything electrical, everything if I do, it will
Right.
cost me almost 150K. Yes.
Right.
Then my house will probably sell at 500K value.
Right.
But what is happening today is that people offering me made offers to me. They offer me 350, 330K because
Right.
they want to buy that
That's a building lot,
and
basically.
then buying it.
Yeah.
And in all my neighborhood, if you go, every
Mhm.
small house has been sold like that. And yes, their property value has gone more because they built 2-story houses instead of 1-story houses.
Right.
So those houses have really gone very high values. But in my case, if I want, and that's why I attached one more document from a local realtor who sent me a price saying that if I can buy this cash from you for $334,000.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. These things are kind of questionable because they
Right,
send these
but
to
think of it, right?
everybody.
Yes, I'll argue with him, and I'll ask him to reduce by 100,000. Can I make it $600,000? Will he ever give me
Right.
$600,000?
No.
He will probably give me 50,000 more
Right.
or 100,000 more. If I'm a very good, strong
Right.
negotiator, I'll go into 450.
Right.
That's why I'm saying 450.
No, you only get the full value of the home if you market it with a realtor and go
Now,
through all that
now,
process.
if you do
but
all that,
maybe
that's
not
going to cost me
$600,000.
$200K.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of a thing. And
And the bottom line, sir, we are senior. We are not moving. We love Fairfield Town.
Right.
Right.
So
And
if I sell, then
Yeah, where do
the
you
money
go?
will come.
No,
Otherwise-
yeah, we are not going to sell this. We love this place. We retire here. We're going to live here, right? So my price, if I pay taxes for that, but I don't really sell it, there's no real advantage to us. I mean, I understand that town has to charge me a little more, and I'm not objecting to that.
Right.
But this is really very high
Okay.
value.
So let's look at some of the comparable
And
sales
there's
that
one
you brought,
house
because
you
that's going to be
yourself-
the most
this one house-
interesting.
The one before, I didn't realize it was older sale,
Yeah, 2019 is
but
very
the one
hard
in
to compare to, but-
2025,
and that's right in your neighborhood on Lisbon Drive.
right
so,
next
yeah.
to me.
And one correction also, sir, our basement.
We'll come back. Up.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, I'll note that down. You
Yeah.
say so there's an error on the field card. Is that?
Yes, we also have noticed that our whole basement is unfinished.
So the card says that you have a finished basement.
Yeah, it says, we talked to the guy downstairs and he said that we should report it to you.
Okay.
It says that it is, where is this?
I don't remember where they put that. I
Small
guess so.
for ammo.
looking at the
With my eyes
basement.
and,
Yeah, basement
It's not
finished,
easy for me.
216 square feet.
right, 216. So that should be corrected because now we can provide
Right.
more data if somebody wants to come and look at
Right.
it or somebody wants to take a picture, I can send a picture. But it's completely, there is no real finished product.
Right.
Actually,
Right. Which, I mean, it should be corrected, but they're only putting a value of $4,673
But
on that.
still, like
so.
somebody
I
think that
understand.
this is usable, it's not.
Right.
Right, but we would like to report that so that.
Yeah, so it
gets
should
corrected.
definitely be corrected, and that's a very easy thing. That's just an administrative thing that they should correct, and I'll
Okay.
report that.
Okay. But basically, if you look at this second property, which was sold in May of 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year. It's data from Vision, not mine. And it's almost similar property and sold, and it's a much obviously upgraded new property. So they can probably go up to $450 or $500,000. But nobody gets $600,000. So that's the
Yeah, so that's interesting. So they sold
in May of 25.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get just same day.
What is our opinion that the asset market value should not exceed more than this one?
Right.
It's interesting that the house sold in May of 25, and then in October of 25, they actually appraised that. The town appraised that home at $598. I mean, but this is a perfectly comparable house that sold for $500,000. I mean, it's
Right. It's not 600,000.
it's within it's a tiny bit bigger than yours. Same 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
It's a little bit bigger than us.
The lot is about the same.
Correct. Everything.
it's exactly the same, like quarter acre.
And similarly, that day I didn't have this extra data, but now you can see even these other houses, they are sold in that 450, 500 kind of a range, which is after doing all the alternatives, improvement, updating.
Right. Was this house on Lisbon Drive? Do you know, was that relatively updated, or do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
about that house?
There's a picture. I mean, I'm not put a picture, but if you look at it, it's very pretty, absolutely furnished, nicely looking.
Okay.
So we think that this is really, and the last important point is that we are senior citizens. We should get some benefit out of this,
and
right?
people planning to move, they can have that thing. We are going to live
We
here.
are going to live
so we are
here,
not
you know.
selling on six.
So I cannot sell it at $500,000 anyway, because I'm not going to go somewhere.
Right.
So and I think people should consider some senior citizen discount, right? Apply to this.
I mean, there are programs for senior tax relief. Unfortunately, this process is strictly a mathematical one. It's
No,
very,
we understand.
No, we want to understand that, but we believe that overall, first of all, the land price increase is horrendous, is 94.5% in the 1 to 2 year, which is not realistic. And if it is based on the market going up, it's not precedented. It is not supportive. It cannot be supported.
right.
And 70%.
But it is interesting that, I mean, they're definitely valuing all of these older homes really just for the land, and because that Lisbon Drive also is the building itself, the house itself, they're only valuing at $32,000, and the land is $566,000.
Yeah, same thing. Now,
What the
I was
appraisal
like
is saying.
surprised that but this was sold, I think, before that. I was looking
Right.
at all these houses, your table.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like something, I'm trying to be careful how I say this because I can't offer an opinion now because the board has to vote on this. But I am curious how they, even on Lisbon Drive, how the house sold in May of 25 for $500,000, and somehow in October they're saying the house is worth $598.
Right.
So
because you know what happened, I believe strongly that last year because the whole damn stock market went up, everybody became millionaire, and we can get the.
And the housing market did spike to some degree, but
and now
that's
with
a
the
20%
Iran war, it's going down like crazy.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, again, we're looking at October 1st.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So it's level for everyone.
I understand that you must charge me more than what I was paying because time goes by, but not 95% upgrade. I don't believe that.
Right.
That's a very high change.
Right. It looks like you have some additional ones though that you didn't send in originally.
Yeah. So this is the whole thing. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Because this has got old document as well as the summary document on top. Here is the summary, which gives all the argument which I put there, which I spoke. They are all there.
Okay, so you had so 85.
Now there's some higher value, but the area of the property is double. Even that
that is 85. Oh, it's just helpful if I put these onto my notes here.
That's a tough job you have got.
It's going to work.
Starting it and reviewing.
So this one. Yeah, so this one also, this sold October 6th of 25 for $496. So this house is it's about the same size as yours.
But see, increase is only 86%. And my land increased by 95%.
Right. But this also, it's funny
We are
because
not a
like,
cul-de-sac, we are not
Yeah.
in a closed circuit, the street, we are on a main road.
Main highway, feel like.
Everybody passes there.
Our kids never play in the front, always in back. The main artery.
and this one also, like unfortunately this sold, a week after the official appraisal date.
Right, but it's still.
But it sold for
you can't have
$496.
exact October 1, right?
I know, it's just interesting that the appraisal is $740 and it sold for $496.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is I think the whole appraisal thing is not making any sense. That something is not
Yeah,
correct.
there's something maybe in the neighborhood that threw things off, maybe because they're comparing to some of the newer homes in the neighborhood.
Correct, but those newer homes, like I said, they bought it at $350K. Then they
Right.
built a two-story building with modern amenities, two garage. I got only
Right.
one garage, and I got a simple small 1,100 square feet is a house.
Very tiny.
I understand that a lot is a little bigger, but I'm
Right.
not going to build anything there. So yes, I tell somebody, yeah, he will make money probably, and he should be charged if he makes money.
Right.
But I'm not doing that. I'm not making any money at the moment. I'm not going to sell the property.
We want to
How do I
live
afford to
all
pay
our
this?
life over there. We want to
We are very
stay
happy.
here. We are very
to
happy
be
in
happy
Fairfield
for
town.
my school.
Right.
Daughter went to school here, and we love this place.
Very
And we paid all our taxes all through these 20, whatever years been living
Right.
regularly. Never a delinquent on that. On top of it, of course, all this will apply to my car and all that, right? So everything will be unbelievably expensive. But my basic opposition is that I think my landlord valuation is not
Fair.
reasonably fair, right?
Fair.
It's not correct. And that's the reason I said that it should be
This one.
about 425, 450K, maybe max. Total
Yeah.
appraisal, not the assessment will be 70% of that.
This one also. It's sort of ironic. This one sold October 3rd, so 2 days after the
Yep.
official appraisal date. They appraised that house at $736,900, but it sold on October 3rd for $590.
Right, and there is got double area. Land is double.
Yeah, that's half an acre there.
Yeah, half an acre.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I think you've presented some good information here. So, is there anything else that you wanted to?
No, then, like I said, on top of it, if we want to make all these changes, it'll cost us so much we can't afford anymore. So
Right.
there's no incentive for us to do that. And if we sell it to this brokers, realtors, then they are not going to give us more than 350, 500, 400K value max. So
Right.
that's why we think is 425, whatever value is reasonable for us. And of course, when they build the new house, that's a different story.
Their story, yeah.
Right.
We want to stay here, so we are not.
And all
going to-
my arguments I have given in this document.
I understand. Okay, so, yeah, so I'm gonna add this to the
Yeah,
file.
you can keep it,
Yeah,
yes.
please.
And
Yes,
then,
sir.
Please.
so the next step, just so you understand the process, is that what happens is where each of the 9 members are hearing different appeals, and then I'll be presenting your petition with all your case and all of the notes that I've taken to a majority of the board, and there will be a deliberation session and a vote on, whether to reduce it and how much. And the board does have the prerogative to, even if they say, well, maybe 425 is too low, but they could go somewhere in between or something. It's
They
hard
can
to
come back with
predict
their-
what they do. If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. There's another opportunity. If you are granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next revaluation in 4 years. If you disagree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal the decision in court, and instructions on how to do that will be in your decision letter.
Good.
So if you've provided all the information and don't have any other questions, then
Now, if
You're all
you have
set.
any other questions from us, we will be happy.
no,
to
I
answer.
think you were very thorough and did some good research on the
Yeah.
comps, which makes our job much easier to
Thank you very
analyze
much. We
and
greatly
understand.
appreciate your service and
Yeah,
support.
working
Thank
on
you.
a Saturday is lot to us.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
We're
I
very happy in
appreciate it.
this town. This is a very nice, peaceful place to live.
Right.
Safe place,
So we
very safe place.
Yes,
I mean,
and
and you have been treated very well here. So now I just got retired 5 years back, but now,
Oh,
so I need
congratulations.
to, now I need to live on my
A little.
Right.
budgets but I don't want to go anywhere because I love this town and people.
Oh, I understand. This,
So thank you very much for
you're
your time
welcome.
and effort.
This process has been interesting because I know, a lot of people are obviously upset, but everybody has been extremely friendly and kind. Nobody's come in and
No.
screamed and yelled or
That's
banged on the
the Fairfield
table.
culture.
It is.
It is a
It is. That was my only fear when I agreed to do this. Okay, thank you very much.
Bottom line, to give somebody a turn to put their
case be in front of you.
Yeah.
That's very, very nice.
Yes.
You allow us to talk to you, present our condition.
Okay, the time is 10:21.
Can I just pull this blind down here?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I put it up the other day and it so nice.
That's good. Yeah, much better.
Oh,
I like
okay.
the sound of it.
So,
Good morning.
good morning. Welcome. So,
Thank you.
go through
Happy to be here.
we'll go through the spiel for the first one here. I'm Neil Fink. As you know, I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment of Appeals. I'll be hearing a number of hearings with you this morning, and we're also recording on the phone. The time for this first appeal, number 694, is 10:27 a.m. I'll just review the information on this one for the record. Appeal number 694, 26 Rhoda Avenue, Trevor and Leslie Uhl, is
Yes.
that correct?
Mhm.
The town placed a value of $2,736,874. You're requesting a reduction to $2,450,000.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to swear you in now, and then that will suffice for the number of hearings we're going to do. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, and
Good morning,
if you can state your name and that
My
you
name's
were
Gregory
representing
Lane,
the homeowner.
Lane. My business address is P.O. Box 578, Southport, Connecticut. I'm representing the property owners, Trevor and Leslie Uhl. Property address, 26 Rhoda Avenue, Fairfield, Connecticut. It's a single-family dwelling located down in the beach area. And I found, let's see, this one, either 3 or 4 comparable sales, and I'm going to hand a copy of the appraisal to Neil. And I've kind of used some stickums here.
So none of this is in my packet here. You brought everything with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we go along. I'm just
Okay.
trying to have you understand how I arrived at my values. And again, I do the same methodology for the courts and for the lenders as I do for this purpose here, for this tax appeal. But so I found other single-family dwellings down by the beach. This one's on Rhoda. It is in a floodplain. Yes, you can see Jennings Beach is right there. So this is the subject. And I've got 4 comparable sales. They're all within a quarter mile and all within the reevaluation time frame. And it should be noted for the record that I am making positive time adjustments, which means that what the market is appreciating, that means it's going up in value. So what you need to do is to adjust the sales prices based upon the sales date, and we're using the benchmark of 10/1/2025.
Okay.
So you have this in here also. This is a separate appraisal. You're going to get both in the end. But that's a location map. And then what I'm talking about here as far as the grid and making adjustments, each comp has a sales date, and then after that is a positive amount.
So you adjusted it to October 1st.
Yeah. So I use 6% a year positive time adjustment, which is simply a 0.5% a month.
Okay.
So it's easier to calculate it that way. 12% a year is too much because then you're up to 60% over 5 years, and if you compound it, you're at even more. Can't use that number.
Right.
So 6% I do use for the lenders and for the courts. Sometimes if you're dealing with other kind of properties like a condominium, the marketplace may be a little bit hotter for that kind of a property. This is a single-family dwelling, and I just wanted the reader to understand, meaning you, that I'm not trying to bring this in as low as I can, because I am using major time adjustments here.
Right. And if anything, I mean, that seems more than fair, like February to October on 2.4 million to adjust
I
84,000.
Mr. Bressler, he wants to know if you need anything, if he wanted your client.
Oh, I don't.
Okay.
But he's more than welcome to join us. I think his case is next, so if you want, have him just stay
wait
there.
in there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
Okay,
No
thanks. So this, yeah, again, the map with the location, that's the same one you have there. The sales, they're all there. They're all single family. You can see they're all close. I mean, we obviously have to use the new market value that was established by the revaluation company. I'll tell you, I don't put much credence in that number for one simple reason. I'm the only person who's done an appraisal on this house.
Right. Like actually
Right.
gone through the entire home, inside
Exactly.
and out.
Interior, exterior inspection. Some houses are, I mean, like this one here, if you look, I believe it's about 20 years old. They haven't done anything in 20 years. It's the same kitchen, and I've got photos here, original kitchen. And he even said, I think this is the one where this stove hasn't worked since the day he got it, since he moved in. All right, gas cooktop. So the kitchen's old, kind of tired. Same with the bathrooms. Everything's 20 years old. What I do want to point out also with this property, and this is important, and I'm handing these extra handouts to Neil, the rear yard has extensive easements, being in drainage. And
this is on the subject property.
It is.
Okay.
So in the subject property rear yard, if he wanted to put in a pool, he couldn't because of the drainage and because of the pipes. So he and she, they're both restricted highly as to the use of the rear yard, which takes away from the utility.
Right. Can they use it for any purposes? Like, could they put a shed or anything?
Well, you know what? I would think that if it's not into the ground, yes.
Okay.
If it's just above ground, I'd say probably yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure, though.
All right, I'm just curious. So it's a
guy.
drainage issue. It's not
Yeah.
wetlands necessarily.
Well, it's
or
partially.
it is partially wetlands.
They're in a floodplain. So anybody does any building down there, they do any regrading, the whole drainage
it
changes.
affects the whole neighborhood. Yeah.
It does. So these are for you to keep. It's more. These are from the homeowner. They gave these to me. So these are to supplement what I have to go along with the easements.
Okay.
So those can be exhibits or whatever you would like to call it. But it just gives further evidence to the easements there in the property. I didn't make any adjustments, for this feature. It's difficult to be able to calculate, just what that discount would be. I think that I'm just trying to make the reader aware of this feature, which isn't so favorable. And again, the interior, nothing's been done since he moved in, since they bought it. So it's the original kitchen, original bathrooms. There are some leaks here and there, but I think that this winter, a lot of people did have leaks, and they had different issues with the snow and things. So I don't know if that's so unique with this property. But in general, it's just the revaluation company hasn't gotten insight here. I don't think they knew about the easements. That's something for each property owner to kind of know. But in the end, I think my value is fair. Again, I didn't try and come in high. I didn't try and come in low. It's a fair market value. They're all timely sales, and they're all within a quarter mile. So I think that should basically rest my case as far as the testimony here. Don't know. The adjustments I made, bath count, minor things like that, site size, even that. I think the site sizes are all pretty similar, ages, condition. So.
Okay. I just want to.
And I think is there a fourth comp? I think there's a fourth one too. Yeah, there's a fourth one on Lally Boulevard also. And that one, I mean,
Sorry, wait, I just want to
Okay.
get the rest of these dates
No, no.
in here. That was, what's that,
Take your
4/28, 25.
and then, yeah, that's the fourth one on Lally. That's a good comp too. And I hit that with the 115, 100 and what? 100 and almost.
119,
Yeah.
250 adjustment.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, to be adding to it. But again, you're trying to be fair to your reader, fair to the marketplace, fair to your client, and it's the same methodology that I use for all my clients.
Okay, seems fair. But they, sometimes they abbreviate, sometimes they don't. Okay. That one, what did you adjust the value to on that?
The fourth one,
Yeah,
the adjusted value,
yeah, it's
2.4.
241.
Yeah, 2.41. Yeah, you get two at 2.4 and change. One at almost 2.2, the other at 2.6. So right in the middle is like 2.4.
Right.
You know, where did I go? 2.4. I'm even 2.450.
Okay.
Okay. So
And,
you can have both of these, so
Okay.
the board has something to be easier.
yeah, they scan
Look it over.
everything in for us anyway. You
Yeah.
know what, I'm gonna let you hold on to that one actually, because they scan it all in, and,
I think I emailed all the reports to the
Did you?
to the assessor.
Okay.
I've been giving two to everybody else.
I mean, all right then, I'll hold
Yeah,
on to it.
you know, yeah,
I
hold on
just
to
have
that.
to write the number on
Yeah.
every page, so. Is that math in here?
Mhm. Third one down, third one, two. Like that. That's that
Okay.
one there. There you go.
Okay, and so were these all of the comparable sales
Yeah, there's
within
four.
the quarter mile
Yeah.
or so?
Yeah.
Okay,
4 sales. This is the subject property. It is in a floodplain. That's it
Right.
right there.
yeah, I mean,
And then
everything
just a
is down
little
there
better
pretty
picture.
much, Right,
Of the property also, just down by the beach. You can see the other
Okay.
properties there. And here's a copy of my license also.
Okay.
My
got it, okay.
license there. So just to, you know, try and give the reader some more background so you feel comfortable, you know, in whatever final decision you do make.
Okay, well, thank you for, yeah, it just,
Just-
makes it easier when you're
I'm trying.
providing such thorough information, so let me,
So I think for the next one,
All right, here, just give me 1 second. 'cause
Yeah,
I
we
need
could-
to,
sign this off here and
yeah,
let me
so-
go find my client.
okay. So the time is 10:39 a.m. Okay, you wanna, I'll just Okay.
Yes.
So, welcome.
Are we on the record?
Yes, we are on the
Okay,
record
great.
now. I
We
just started the recording again. Um,
You
we
can
have,
probably just say that.
I have Gregory Lane here representing the homeowner at 541 Sasko Hill Road. I also have the homeowner
Joshua Bressler.
Joshua Bressler. That's funny, I have a different name on here.
Well,
That's okay.
I'm trustee.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Bressler is an attorney, and Mr. Lane has already been sworn in. So I'm just going
I
to
do understand that I am under oath for the
Yes.
record, so I'm still under oath.
thank you. So let me just confirm the information for the record. The
Mhm.
current time is 10:41 a.m. This is Appeal 695. The address is 541 Sasko Hill Road. The owner is Joshua Bressler and Friedman et al. Trust. The town placed a value of $8,060,862, and they are requesting a reduction to $5,400,000. So if that is all correct, then I will ask you to sign on the next page. So, Mr. Rain, I'll have you sign actually on this line, and then you can sign on this line.
Well, I'm his agent, so I need to sign for everything.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Fine.
that's me.
All right, that's
We're
fine.
good. So,
Then we're
good
good.
morning. Again, my name's Greg Lane. I'm a state-certified general real estate appraiser. I'm representing the property owners at 541 Sasko Hill Road, Joshua Bressler and Arette Friedman. Mr. Bressler is here with us this morning. My last name is spelled Lane. The subject property is a single-family dwelling, and again, located 541 Sasko Hill Road. Handing Neil a copy of my appraisal. And again, I've partitioned off the location map, which gives the reader a better idea as to where the subject property is, and also photos of the interior. And I have, there's Josh, you can just go. This is,
Thank you.
I'm going to give it to him. This is a map of the comps.
Sure. Thank you.
This is the inside of their house. You've seen that. And this is, well, the photo, I wanted to make sure, well, yeah, we could talk about it later, but this is going to go to him eventually also. What I want to point out about the subject property, I should probably just go over the general features while I'm here. It was built in 1931. The square footage is about 9443 square feet. Acreage, about 1.25 acres. There's a couple really important features that I do want to stand out, that do stand out, and I want to make a point of pointing those out to the board. First and foremost, if you look on the map, the property is located right on the corner of Sasko Hill and Oldfield Road. I've lived in town since 1968. I've probably gone by this property a couple thousand times easily.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much to go down Sasko Hill, but to go up Oldfield and make the right to go down towards Southport. So my point is, there's incurable external obsolescence. That's in the report. It's under the site section of the appraisal report. And basically this means that there's a lot of traffic there all the time, and it's not going to change. And it just makes the property less sought after because of that traffic. And I don't know, well, when it was marketed, because I did do a tax appeal on this house about 10 years ago, and I used the same argument. So the house is definitely discounted because it is busy. And the second feature is about the characteristics of the inside of the dwelling. They have this property with a finished basement area of more than 2,500 square feet, and they have that valued at over $800,000 if you look on the field card.
So it has 25?
No, he doesn't have. He has maybe in the basement you have 750 finished square feet, maybe 1,000 tops.
I've never measured it.
Square feet.
It's nothing close to 2,500.
So it's not like the finished basement is
No,
not. It's showing that the finished basement is
right
about half of the footprint of the house.
But yeah,
Like, so the first floor is 4,200 square feet.
Yeah.
So it's showing that the finished basement's a little more than half of the
And it's more like,
size.
it might be 20%. If you got 4,000 on the first floor, he may have 800. And how
Okay.
they arrive at finished basement area at $262 to 66 per square foot, have a value of more than $800,000 for his finished basement area is outrageous. And if we need to have someone come to the house because they don't, next page. Yeah, if they don't,
No, I was looking at the.
yeah, I circled that.
I was looking at the permit to see
Oh.
if there
No,
if
because-
there was ever permit work done to
No,
finish the
because-
basement.
I did this house 10 years ago, and there wasn't a finished basement there, so somehow this basement came out of nowhere in the past 10 years, and they just decided
Okay.
to charge them for it.
Oh, you bought the home in
Yes.
2020, and the basement was finished
Partially.
or
Just-
partially finished, right?
Right. Same
But
as
whoever
now.
did it without a permit.
Well,
Okay.
Well, the finished basement area was done so long ago that I'm sure it was somehow grandfathered, but it's
Right.
so minimal. This
Okay.
is it, right here. There's
No,
like-
that's fine. I was just wondering if
Yeah,
it,
there's
because
like two
sometimes you
rows.
see it on here and it
Yeah.
would tell us the square
I
footage.
agree.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's important that it's revised.
Right. Well, especially when they're
Correct.
showing it at $830,000, if it's really half that size, then there's $400,000 for you right there, even if
It's about
their dollar per square foot is right.
Yeah.
That's an assumption.
right. So, I mean, they may have to come back inside your house, Josh, but if they do, it's going to save you. Well,
Whatever needs to be.
it'll be accurate. That's all we're trying to do. Is just make it accurate in the end. And then, as far as the value, if I'm going too fast, tell me.
Nope.
The value of the property, so there's no water views. All right, he's on the other side of Sasko Hill.
Okay.
No harbor views, no golf course views. He's got a view of the street in front of him and the street to the side of him.
Okay.
So fortunately for me, for us, there were two sales on the same side of the road without water views that
Okay.
occurred within the time frame of the revaluation period.
Okay.
And those sales I utilized some other sales also, but those were the two most similar sales, and they certainly made more sense to utilize, because when you get on Harbor Front, Harbor View, it's a different ballgame. So sales, I believe, 1 and 2 are on the non-harbor side, and those are the best comparable sales that I utilized, and that's pretty much how I arrived at my value of $5 million.
Okay.
Or where did I come in for this?
So 665 Sasko
5.4.
Hill sold
Yeah, so I came in at
in
5.4.
April of 25 for 5.75. It's a little bit smaller,
Now,
but more bedrooms.
yeah, comp 1's probably the best, because comp 2, there's actually 2 lots. If you look at the acreage, it's 4.42 acres. That's,
Right.
um,
But even comp 1 is a full 2 acres,
Yeah.
and he's on 1.25.
yes. So they jacked up the land value there for everybody big time. So with sale number 2 having 2 lots, that's actually, I was in that house, that was a long time ago, 15, maybe 20 years ago. Todd Essie owned that house. I think he's the one who just sold it. I believe that was a bank sale also. So there probably should be some discounting involved there.
Right. So that's for about
but
$5
if you look-
million.
You look at my adjustment for the land, it's so minimal compared, I mean, for an extra lot on South Hill Road, it's certainly worth multiple 7 figures. And I didn't make that big of an adjustment. So, but the most important feature of those 2 sales, they're almost right next door to the subject, and they're non-harbor view, non-water view sales, and that's the most important.
Right. That's interesting. That. So both of you're saying that that's a double lot, the 421 Sasko Hill?
Yes,
Besides-
4.42, because there's a front lot, and then there's a he may have,
I don't see that on the field card. I see 87,000 square feet, which is 2 acres.
you could probably look right on my map, to tell you the truth, because it's this one here.
But I wonder if is it
This
possible
my,
it has a
all right, this
separate
is my
address?
subject. No, it's back in here. I can tell you, because there's extra buildings on that also. Here.
I wonder if it has a separate address. If it's taxed separately.
What?
Because it comes up as exactly 2 acres.
I have, I can give you the MLS listing for that, because it's probably 665 plus another number, but they just combined it into one.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're 421.
Wait, I apologize. I might be
number 2.
I'm sorry. My computer did a weird thing. It opened 2 cards at once for some reason.
Yeah, so 421. I don't have that fuel card here, but I could certainly supply some more ammunition to.
I have it. You know what?
You know.
It is one property and it has 2 field cards associated with it. That's why I'm not seeing it.
Because I think the other property had a carriage house on it, and Todd Essie bought it years ago.
There's a 1,600 square foot carriage house on the second property.
Yeah, so that's on here. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, 1670 something. I got that guest house, so I have all those on here. It may have been. Well, I don't think. I mean, it's certainly worth more money having 2 lots than to have one larger lot there.
For sure, especially, I mean, if it could be cut into a separate building lot.
If it was previously, so I don't know. That was a different situation. I've known Todd for a long time, but yeah. But I believe so. Those 2 sales, and even. The first one's probably the best, but if you use those 2, I mean, there's certainly. I don't know how they arrived at the $8 million and change. It's just.
Right.
I just don't know.
Okay.
I don't even want to try and think how they arrived at
What
that
was
number.
The third one was 290 Susco, right?
Let's see, 290 is at the $7 million. All right, that's across the street, and they didn't knock it down, and that has. They're on the harbor views, so it's a little bit of a different animal there. So you're going to back it out of the $7 million. I think the house is a little smaller, not much though. It's good size.
8,000 square feet, almost 8,100.
Yeah, that's good.
On a slightly bigger lot, 1.75, but it's 7 bedrooms and 7 baths.
But the big difference there is they're around the harbor.
Right.
So what you do...
And not on that corner.
When you do an appraisal, you try and find something better, and you find something worse, and you make your adjustment to come in the middle.
Right.
That's my goal, when I do that. And then even if you look at the 4th comp, that was on Pequot. And even that one...
What's the address there, 1099?
Yeah. And even that one only sold for $6.8. So the $8 million without water, because Pequot's right on the water, and it's 11,000 square feet. So that's certainly superior to my subject, so we'd have to bring down the value. Yeah, I don't know where the $8 million came from. That's why Josh got a hold of me and said, "Great, you got to help me out."
Right. Okay. Oops. All right. Grab that one. I'm not understanding this one at all. Is that like an auction sale or something weird? Or was that?
Say that again, what?
Was this like a vacant lot sale or something?
Which one?
This last one, the 1099 Pequot.
No, here, we got comp pictures right here. 1, 2, that's Pequot.
So that house sold,
Cerusi's old house.
so it says it sold March of 25 to to some LLC for $6.8 million,
Right.
and they appraised it at 13.
Oh, yeah. Don't ask me. I had the same look.
That was, I mean, that may have just been a financial transaction.
Well, I know that the attorney for the owner was in touch with the revaluation company
Mhm.
about that number, and I'm sure they've been here, or they're on their way here, and
Right.
I mean, normally I can get the listing for that for you, because it was certainly an arm's length sale.
Right.
And I've used it for other properties, and that field card is probably in a different
Right.
file. But it was arm's length sale. It was exposed to the marketplace. It wasn't like there was anything.
Oh, so it was exposed to the market. It wasn't like just
Wasn't a
some,
private
like
sale.
the owner sold it to his
No,
own LLC
no,
or
no,
something.
MLS sale.
Huh.
Exposed to the marketplace. I think it
Interesting.
needed work on the inside, and you're basically just paying for the. I was in that house maybe 20. I was in the house 20 years ago, a long time ago. And it was nice back then, but I don't think they've really done anything since. I have not been back inside there. But
Okay.
so that's for you. I'm
I
going to
just
send
want
you one.
to
Did I already send you one? Did you get one of these?
I don't know, you're welcome to.
I'll send you another one.
Thank you.
Okay. And
I just want to note down here your adjusted values.
There we
and
go.
then,
So they're all down here. Let's see, the first adjusted value.
300. Four, 7. 4, 3, 600. And then 6095. Okay. Yeah, this one's just a really weird one. Yeah, I'm not that Pequot out of one, but it
Yeah.
makes no sense. I mean, that's not thinking that's more than a $5 million house, but
Well, after adjustments.
not up to me.
Yeah, you know what? I don't buy or sell. I just react to the market
Right.
the same as you.
Right. No, I understand.
You know, so you can have these two. This is important that that's corrected, revised.
Yeah.
Somebody come back. So that's really important. You can take that. I have extra ones.
Okay.
So I just make sure.
Yeah,
and then the other part is with the incurable external obsolescence due to the traffic.
Right.
So those are the main points. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I'm learning like good new terminology. Incurable external obsolescence.
Those are some big words sometimes, but
Okay. So that concludes this
yes, that's the end of my testimony
hearing
for
at
541
10.
Sasko Hill Road.
59 a.m. That was 10:27
You can have both of these if you need them.
a.m. Okay. All right. So, sorry, I guess I need to move.
Do you want this or no?
There. I guess
Overkill?
it can't hurt to
Yeah, throw it in.
have it, but okay. That was 690.
So Josh, is there anything you want to add? Do you, do you think it's summertime with this guy walking around?
I just tried to get here as quickly as I could. Yeah, and I've been cleaning up. Are we still on the record? I mean,
Yeah. we're on the
Oh,
record, right?
yes, okay, so we're still on the record
Yeah, we're
for,
Can I just ask you, or do you want me to just share? I mean, there is more traffic there now, right? The land has been purchased and is being developed
Right across the street.
down by the beach, right?
Oh, okay.
So Sasko is now bearing more traffic than it did, let's say, even a
Yeah,
year
dirt,
ago.
trucks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Oldfield is uphill, right? So trucks, you know.
You hear 'em.
And there's a master bedroom right on Oldfield, in the house.
Yeah.
So, you do hear that. I can speak candidly, I suppose, right? I mean, we had expected something around the order of $4 million. I'm not questioning Greg's assessment, but this, the values have increased certainly, but a 4+ fold increase was just staggering.
Yeah, well, we don't know how they arrived at that $8 million. I mean, even things in the water were going for less than that. So we're not even, well, I don't look at that as any kind of benchmark.
Yeah, I mean, look, if the town would like to buy the home for $8.4 million,
Yes.
I've got cardboard boxes ready to go.
He's ready to go.
I mean, we only wish. That's really what I'm saying. We appreciate any consideration the town can do.
Right, and I think pointing out the traffic, that's the incurable external obsolescence, and correcting the finished basement area, and just in general with the other two sales, right? They're on the same side of the road. They aren't even. I mean, $8 million is not even in the ballpark at all.
If I may, the other thing we have noticed since having moved in, rush hour, there is an extraordinary amount of flow. People leave Post Road and come back around the harbor. There's I'm trying to remember. There's a fishing area. There's a bridge.
Yeah.
Right? A little creek there.
Harbor Road, which goes across into Southport.
So, so rush it from 4 to 6 p.m. There is a parade of cars that continue to come.
Oh, because they go off the Post Road and they take the shortcut there.
Is it
right by Christmas tree, kind of? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Coming up Post Road north, there's a cutover to the right side.
Yeah. You
can go back and around. It's basically the back road, and then you come up onto Sasco. You drive up to Sasco, you make the left onto Oldfield.
Yeah.
That's our corner.
Right.
So the traffic, I'm not familiar with Greg's term, but the traffic certainly, if traffic is a factor, it is certainly heavier than it ever has been.
Right.
Here, bring it
no,
here.
I understand.
So it's going, they're getting off
and as
right
a commuter,
here.
I can tell you,
coming
rush
down
hour has gotten longer
to
and
here,
longer.
And going to your house and then going across. And again, going down Oldfield. So they go from here to here, above the bridge, and then from the Post Road, and they skip the light there.
Yes.
And then they shoot down Oldfield, and they catch the Post Road later.
This is Southport, and that's Fairfield, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's my point.
There.
Okay.
So, they get off here, they go down into there, they go across the Harbor Road Bridge, and down Sasco, then down Oldfield, and he's right there.
Right.
So it's just traffic, which we wouldn't know because we don't live there.
Right.
You're welcome. Go
No, I noted it.
It makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. I've driven past there plenty of times.
Yeah. So, and
Okay.
Neil learned some
New terminology, yes. All right. Thank you.
Are we good?
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay.
thank you very much for the
You're
time and
welcome. Thank you for coming in.
We
Okay.
appreciate it. And
Time is
thank you for your
11:03 a.m.
Turn off my phone.
Okay. This is appraisal 696, or appeal 696. The time is 11:05 a.m. I have Mr. Gregory Lane representing the homeowner. He has already been sworn in.
I do understand. I'm under oath.
Okay. confirm the details for the record. Appeal 696, 824 Harbor Road, homeowners John Herzog and the Barbara Brown trustees. Town valued the property at $4,740,374, and they're asking for a reduction to $3,700,000. So.
Okay. Good morning, Gregory Lane, LANA. Again, I'm representing the property owners, John Herzog and Brown Herzog, I believe, is the property owner. And the subject property is located in the Southport section of Fairfield. And it's a single-family dwelling. Hand and Neil, the appraisal that I performed. And there's quite a few features of this property that should be addressed. I'm displaying the location map of the subject property, which explains also where the comparables are. This property, even though it's on Harbor Road, it sits very low and there's minimal harbor view. It's just like harbor glances. So it's not harbor front. It's on the other side, and it's in the very low-lying portion of Harbor Road, not up on the hill. So they really, maybe up on the partial second floor and maybe up on the third floor, you have partial harbor views, but it's not really a water influence. Well, it is influence because it's there, but I did find other sales on Harbor Road that were not on the waterfront.
Okay.
And that would be, I believe, comparables. Let me look on my map. It'll be easier. So that would be 240 Harbor and also number 10 Harbor.
So comp 3 is also not directly
Right.
on
So
water.
It's on the other side.
Wait,
That's 2. So
3.
3 is on the other side. 1 is on the other side. And then number 4 is on the other side also. So the second comp, number 10 Harbor, it is on Harbor Road and there is waterfront, but it's actually on the other side of the harbor. And you can see right as you go over the bridge from Saskill Hill to Harbor, it's like right there on the corner. So it's real busy there too. The
Okay.
subject property.
So that one is on the harbor, but
Yes, but
busy intersection.
Yeah, and it's similar to the subject as far as it being busy. The subject, you could probably see better. I'm introducing another map here, and I've gone by this probably even more than 1,000 times over the year. It's right on the corner of Westway and Harbor Road, and there's a little center island in between.
Okay.
And they get traffic day, night, Monday through Sunday. Is it busy highway traffic? No. It's just cars constantly going back and forth, and it's right on the corner. So I just want to make you aware of that. Once you get down into here, it's much less busy. You go onto Harbor Road this way, it's busier. And even if you look at the map, as you go closer to the bridge, it gets busier. I mean, I've had a P.O. box down in Southport for 35 years, and I'm on Harbor Road like every day. So there's, and it's not as busy as Stasco or busy as Oldfield, but it's pretty steady down there. Granted, it's very nice. But there's a lot of cars.
Right.
There's a lot of people. But so I just utilizing these sales in the area. Again, I've said it before, no one's done an appraisal on this property before, just me.
Okay.
So, the reval company hasn't done one. Well, they do with via their algorithms and utilizing neighborhoods, and they do the best they can, basically using the cost approach also. But I have sales that are more than fair. I did utilize the one on Pequot again just to kind of bring the value, to find something that's better. All right, so we've already...
But that Pequot is right on.
Yeah, we've already talked about that.
that's like a beachfront,
That's
property.
Long Island Sound frontage.
Right,
So it's really nicer than Harbor Road.
right.
Waterfront, leave alone Harbor Road, water view. So there was a pretty substantial adjustment there made for the view. But again, I did use positive time adjustments. If you look at comp 3, that's an older sale. But I did use it because it's non-water, and with the subject property being located where it is, I felt that it warranted going back in
I'm
time.
sorry,
for
this
that
is number
sale.
3, you said?
Yeah, number 3 is an older sale, but I mean, there's almost a 10% time, there's more than a $300,000 time adjustment for that sale. So it's not like I used it because it was old and it was less money. I certainly bumped it up based upon the marketplace. But again, that's a even number, and the even numbers are on the non-waterfront side of the sale. That's why I used it. Just to
Okay.
kind of, you know,
But, I mean, it's
throw
not,
it in
like,
there.
it's not a really old sale, though.
Well, you know what?
It's a smaller home, though.
Yeah, and I used it because it has similar features to the subject.
Okay,
And I'm sure any judge would agree that it's a proper sale to use. And then the other ones...
what did you adjust that value to?
There's no adjustment for there because it has the same views as the subject. It's basically...
Okay, but you did a time adjustment on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So what do you say that adjusted to?
For comp 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I used $308,000 positive time adjustment.
Okay, so
Yeah, major.
So $3.5 million approximately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then there was one waterfront sale, 319 Harbor. That's my first comp. I was in that property, not in good shape, but you're right on the harbor. And that took a long time to sell, but it did finally sell. Larger lot, but that's very sloping also. It's almost at the very top of Harbor Road, and it's the next house as you start going down the hill towards going to South Dakota, and it's very sloping.
Okay.
And then actually they have a cottage down by the water, and that was an even worse shape than the house. But
yeah, this appears to actually be 2 lots also. Yeah, the
319?
cottage is a separate lot.
319.
Yeah.
There's just a separate cottage down by the water.
Right. Yeah, there's a field card.
It's just
shows it.
it's
separately. Yeah.
almost an acre. It's .99. It's
Yeah.
just shy. But it's right on the harbor front. But it's not in good shape,
Right.
which I adjusted $500,000 for.
Okay.
So we got the busy traffic. I did get the comps and no water views. What I do want to point out next is even though technically it's not in a floodplain, you can see by the map here, it says that it's not, but I have photos, and I'm going to show you, of the interior of the subject property. If you go in the basement, all right, so this house was not burnt down by the British because the homeowners gave them food
Oh, interesting.
and
Okay.
gave them beverages or liquids. I was told that, but I don't think it was the homeowner. It was somebody who wound up showing me. But in the basement, the house is supported heavily. There's lolly columns everywhere.
Right.
There. Also, you see this
Yeah.
trench here?
Drain.
It does flood. And I don't care if they tell me it's not in the floodplain. It's been there, 250 plus years. It does flood, and they have curtain drains in the basement so the water can flow through there. I wouldn't want to live there. And you have all the lolly columns holding it up. And if you want to see some old bathrooms, All you
yeah,
gotta do is
17 to
Yeah,
it's home,
you just gotta head inside here. Radiators and it's just everything, and I have more photos here, same thing, just if you were built back in the 1700s, you'd be
yeah,
able to.
I mean, if somebody wants
Yeah.
that
It's just,
historic look, it's
it's
beautiful, but it needs,
my personal
work,
feeling
yeah.
as a real estate appraiser, it's a money pit.
right,
And you have to really like antiques, and you got to have some deep pockets. That's my opinion. But I think that any purchaser going in there, it's big time buyer beware. It's busy. You have lolly columns holding it up, and there's water views, so maybe up on the third floor. And I have good sales that are non-water, similar to my subject property. And I'm very comfortable with my number.
okay.
And that concludes my testimony for 824 Harbor Road.
Okay, so the time is 11:17 a.m. Start this one. This is appeal number 697. The current time is 11:18 a.m. Before me is Gregory Lane. You have already been sworn in.
I understand I am still under oath.
And he is representing the homeowners, John Leslie and Caroline Peck at 328 Sasko Hill Road. The town valued the property at $7,489,892, and they are requesting a reduction to $5,600,000.
Okay. Good morning. Greg Lane again, representing the property owners, John Leslie, Carolyn Peck. My last name is spelled Lane. Business address is P.O. Box 578, Southport, Connecticut. I'm a state-certified general real estate appraiser. The subject property is a single-family dwelling located on Sasko Hill Road. I have an appraisal that I performed, and I'm handing that over to Neil with a copy. It's very similar to the appraisal that we have done across the street, but this one here, the big difference is that this property, there are harbor views, but there is no harbor frontage because the lot, and I'm handing some separate maps here to Neil. So this is the subject property, 328 Sasko Hill. And his lot size, I believe, is a little over...
It's just it's 1.01.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his lot is here, right there.
Okay.
328. That's it. So
there's one between
this is a different lot.
Right.
This is actually my sale next door that we've used previously. This is sold for $700, so that's like a double-sized lot. Anyway,
Right.
This is my subject. So he doesn't have any water frontage. You know, there are partial views, all right, but he just has this one parcel here, and it is sloping severely. This is another map, just kind of showing more what the terrain is, but this is probably a better one. And then we can also, the best comp is one next door, sold for $7 million.
Okay.
And it's not twice the size, but it's almost 2 acres.
Okay.
So
is that your number one, or
I have to look
sure I have
at
them in order?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
No, that's my number 3.
Okay. So
Yeah.
number 3
Right
is
next door.
290 Sesco Hill.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can drive by there. I mean, it was in decent shape, but they're redoing the whole thing. I don't know what. This is a little bit off of the subject track, but I think it's important to note for the record, and I have spoken with the other people on the board when I've had testimony. In my 30-plus years of doing property tax appeals, I always, when I find my comparable sales, you try and find the most arm's length comparable sales, meaning that someone like myself that works for a lender and verifies the value of the asset.
Right.
My point is that this is the first time I have ever come across, I would say 75% of the sales that I utilize are cash sales.
Mm-hmm.
So what that says to me right off the bat is that asset has not been verified by anybody. You had somebody come in with deep pockets, and it's something that they wanted, and they bought it. So that skews the entire marketplace, being at Fairfield, being at Westport, being at, it doesn't matter
Right.
where it happens. I had a sale I did in Westport. List price was $2 million. It sold for $2.4. All right. I appraised it for $2.2 for the bank, but the buyer ponied up the other $200,000, financed to $2.2. So where did that value? I mean that $2.4 value was never justified.
They just wanted it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean that has artificially escalated like all these sales. I'm not saying it's this sale in this property per se. It's more of a general statement that I'm trying to make, that things are selling for too much money and they're not justified.
Okay.
But this one here, I believe, so to finish my thought, cash sales previously were frowned upon, but you can't do that anymore because they justify such a huge amount of the marketplace, you can't not utilize the cash sales.
Right. Just especially in this neighborhood, there's too many of them to ignore.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
It's rampant. But
Okay.
I think that's the best sale. Where did I come in the end? 5. Oh, okay, yeah, 5.6. I'm at 5.6. So, I did adjust minimally for the extra acreage, not that much. It could be a lot more. Because they're valuing this land at multiple 7 figures.
Right.
But the subject property, there are water views, and it is nice. But if the one next door is sold for $7 million, and they're coming in with a value for this one of almost 7.5, and the acreage is 1 acre less than the one next door. Well, no, it's 0.75 acres less. I think that constitutes
Right.
a very large value.
Well, this house is.
And then
this house is 8,000 square feet versus the subject property at 5,700.
Yeah,
So
it's an extra 2,000. Easy.
right.
A couple extra baths, more acreage. I did use a positive time adjustment. Elevator. And this one has docks also. But number 3 is probably the best comparable.
Right. Yeah. Even if you ignore the adjustments for cash sale and everything. anything. It's
Yeah.
pretty,
Yeah. And the other two that I use that aren't waterfront, that those are inferior to the subject, and then my comp number 4 is superior to the subject. So I pretty much have it bracketed, and I'm comfortable with that number.
okay.
So that should conclude my testimony.
Let me just,
And I'm going to give both of these.
comp 2
You.
was 421, so let's go. OR.
That's the same one that you've been seeing.
1099 P plus. Oh, we just looked at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I can fill some of these in later. Save up some. Okay, so
That concludes my testimony.
that one.
Mhm.
I'll
So
take
take those,
this information.
and you're going
back
to add that
copy.
to the pile.
Okay, so the time now is 11:26. Okay, the time is now 11:32 a.m. This is appeal number 698. I have before me Gregory Lane representing the homeowners at 256 East Lawn Street. Mr. Lane has already been sworn in.
Yes, I understand. I am under oath still.
The homeowners for this property are Malazzo and Karen Rodriguez. The town placed a value on the property of $2,253,800, and they are asking for a reduction to $1,825,000.
That's correct. Okay. Good morning, Gregory Lane, LANE, representing the property owners Lucas Rodriguez and Karen Rodriguez. Property address 256 East Lawn Avenue. It's in the beach section, not really. It's more down by the old, well, it's now the senior center, but I'm going to give Neil a copy of the location map, which better describes
Right.
where
I
the
see where it is. It's near the
is
soccer
located.
field. It's an old field.
So it's, I'm trying to get my bearings
Right.
myself. There we go. So we got Oldfield, Reef Road. All right. So I won't say it's down by the dump, but it is kind of down by the dump. East Lawn. I have 4 sales. They're all within a quarter mile. 2 on Barris, 1 on Long Bean, 1 on James. I think they're all within less than a quarter mile. And I believe they're all within the designated time frame for the revaluation. It's in a floodplain. And as I stated previously, I did a tax appeal on this a couple years ago, and there is an issue with the square footage and with the field card that was never corrected, and I pointed it out years ago. Maybe we can get a little bit of a change this time around. The square footage is not as big as the field card states because there are cathedral ceilings on the first floor that they have as being square footage on the second floor, and then the third floor they have larger than it really should be. So in the end, they have the subject property as 4,096 square feet.
Right.
I backed out, and I'm going to hand a copy of the field card. You walk in the front door, there's a 2-story foyer.
Okay.
They have that as square footage for the second floor,
That's
so it's really not.
70 square feet.
So that's about that I backed out. And then the third floor they have is 864 square feet. It's more like 600.
Okay.
Because if you're up on the third floor, the area where you can walk should be the only area that's really square footage. I mean,
I
you
think
go
they
over
count
here-
up to 5 feet or something.
Yeah, something, somewhere around there. But they have like the whole floor area,
Right.
third floor, and that's really not true.
Mm-hmm.
So I backed out a couple hundred square feet for that.
So what should the actual square
Yeah.
footage be?
So in the end, I have for my square footage, and it's on my grid, I have, I think, just under, I've got 3,498 square feet. 3,498 square feet should be the correct gross living area
Okay.
of the property, in my opinion. So
Okay.
it backs out about 500
So
square feet.
after the last time when you pointed that out, they didn't come out
They
to
didn't.
measure or
No,
anything?
no.
Okay.
So it's a difference of about 5, I'm trying to read my writing back. Oh yeah, 534 square feet, roughly.
Okay.
So that should be corrected, revised. But in general, again, I'm the only guy who's done an appraisal
Right.
on this property. So I did get inside, interior, exterior inspection. You can see my sales are all right there in the neighborhood. and they're all similar size dwellings. The inside of this property, I mean, they're all pretty nice. You get into multiple seven figures, but I don't have any direct beefs about the condition. It's more just how they arrived at the value.
Right, these are all newer homes, like newer construction.
Kind of,
homes.
yeah. And same with the comps. They're all right there. I didn't have to make any location adjustments. Similar square footage, so it wasn't that difficult. And finding sales that are similar, and look at the adjustments. There's like none. Look at that. There's like nothing.
Okay.
So I guess that's a pretty good sign, because some of those ones are like Sasco and down in Harbor. Oh my gosh, major adjustments. And
Right.
Into, carriage houses and things like that. Different ball game. But this is, I mean, I didn't even look at this myself. Yeah, like the comps are all right there. I have 4 of them, 5 of them, 4 of them. Yeah.
So let's see, 20 Longview.
.03, .11, .15, .1. I mean, they're a couple hundred yards away. And I think the comps just speak for themselves, and also speak for themselves. You can see with the adjustments on the grid are so minimal that the comps are all really good.
Right, so what was the ask on this is 1825. So 20 Longview sold in March for 1.6. Much smaller house, actually. It's like 3,000 square feet. Otherwise, comparable, smaller lot.
A little bit. The subject's really 3,500, so that one at the
right.
at the 3,000, okay. It's pretty similar. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy.
Veris, not Ceres.
Yeah, VERES.
This one have an extra field card attached. Interesting.
I did use positive time adjustments. I don't think they were that big, because
the sales were pretty recent.
Yeah. Number 2 is a hair older, but other than that,
yeah, August 1st of 25.
Just a hair.
That was 1.6.
I mean, there's nothing over 2 million. I don't know where they got their number from, but
2.2. I'm just trying to see if any of these are any of these like closer in square footage. I'm just curious.
Well, like
because they're all a little bit. The ones that I've looked up so far are a little bit smaller.
The fourth on James is 3126, so it's a hair smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, 3126 on James, and the rest.
Oh, actually, 141 Paris is
so they got 3,500.
Like pretty much the same if yours is adjusted properly.
Yep.
Same exact lot size, like 0.15, 0.17.
Yeah.
And that's right at that. That's the number you're asking for, 1.82.
Yeah. That's where we are.
Okay.
Yeah. Some are lower, some are higher, and that was like kind of right in the middle. That's a good one. So.
assume. I mean, no, there's no, because it's fairly new, I mean, or 2017, so there's no issues with the, like, condition of the home or any special, features or issues, yeah.
No, it's all pretty standard down there. There's no room to really put it. You can't put in carriage houses or
Right.
You can't do anything.
And then, yeah, I mean, James Street is pretty close as well. 3,100 square feet, but it's got an extra bedroom. But sold for a little bit more. I don't know exactly where that is. I don't know. There's that,
Some are less, some are more. Just trying to find something in the middle.
oh, it's just a block over. Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
You know, because you got comp one is the adjusted value is like 1.7, and then you got like comp 4, you're at like 1.95. So you're just trying to find something in the middle.
Right.
You know, that's why you got a high, you got a low, you got 2 in the middle, and they toss the high, toss the low, and find something in the middle. And that's where we are, 2 and 3. Almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if I just average this, you know, even without the adjustments, if I average the 4 of these out, you're at 1.76.
Yeah, pretty similar.
Yeah.
And then but then you got your own time adjustments.
Right. But then, yeah, I mean, even averaging out the appraisals, you're at 1.8. The Longmeadow, or Longbean is interesting. That's one of the few, you see that
Oh, yeah.
sold in March of 25, and they actually appraised it lower than the sale amount.
Not everything always makes sense. It's welcome to real estate.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So
I'm done with my testimony.
Okay. Pretty clear.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just with the square footage issue.
Yeah.
We could do something about that. But
so have they? I mean, I know you said that they brought that up at the last assessment. Did they ever just go into the appraiser's office and ask?
I don't think so. Tell you the truth.
That's really the best way to get it done, because this is gonna.
Done.
I have these notes, but this is gonna be one of like
it's
a few
like
hundred that I've got, and that's like
So let me.
easy to get.
I'll say something to the property owner and say, you know,
the best thing to get it corrected is to go into the appraiser's office.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come in. They're gonna send out
the assessor's
somebody.
office, I mean.
But in the end, it'll be accurate. That's all we're trying to do.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
make it so it's accurate, so the next person, you know, when he goes to sell the house, they'll know. You know, and that's just hugely common. You go up into Greenfield Hill and you walk in the front door, and they have the big foyers, but very often,
Right, 2-story entry.
exactly,
Yeah.
they have it as like a 8-foot, 9-foot ceiling in there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, and that's and not just Fairfield, that's everywhere.
Right. So this concludes hearing 698. The time is 11:45. Okay, the time is now 11:47 a.m. This is appeal number 699. I have before me Gregory Lane representing the homeowners of 81 Fox Street, Walter and Romani Chico. The town valued their property at $2,495,697. The asking amount was $2 million.
That's correct.
Mr. Lane has already been sworn in.
Okay.
That's correct.
Good morning. Yes, I am under oath. I do understand that. My name's Gregory Lane, Lane. I'm representing the property owner, Walter Chico, I don't know how to say it, and Holly Romano. That's on the steel card. And I'm a state certified general real estate appraiser. If I haven't said already, the property address is 81 Fox Street, and it's in the beach area of Fairfield. It should be noted the location, because that's important. I'm handing Neil my appraisal report and with a copy of the location map. And I have photos also, but if you stand out the front door of the subject property, you're looking at Veterans Field and you're looking at the town dump. So, and you can see that by maps. I also have some photos, and I have some other specialized maps. The subject property is in a floodplain, and the comparable sales approach was utilized, and I found 4 comparable sales. You can see here, so this is, and actually there's a zone change. This is B zone, that's A zone. So this allows them to build like 2 families and things like that here, and you're here at Veterans Park. So you have, again, you got incurable external obsolescence here with the park, and you can see better by this photograph. I mean, the entrance to the dump is right there. So, and you can see here by the map. So I did utilize 4 comparable sales. The first sale, I believe, is the best comparable. It's not on the same street, but it's virtually on the same street, right? It's on 430 Edward Street.
Yeah.
So it's also facing the dump, it's facing the Veterans Field. Traffic, that's probably the best comp. Comps 2 and 3 are actually in a more sought-after area because they're not facing the dump and more of the beach area. And then my 4th comp is probably inferior because that is actually, in the, not the dump area, but it's not as sought after as my subject property. And if we look at the comps that I utilized, this is the first one. It looks almost just like the same age, same site size, same square footage. It's very similar. You look at this, you look at that, and might have been the same builder. I don't even know.
Okay.
But that's your best comp, and that's probably has the least amount of adjustments too, because you didn't have to adjust for much. Yeah, the first one, it just has one less bath. I made a time adjustment, which is minimal.
1.75 in June of 25, so the time adjustment should be minimal.
Minimal. The square footage is a little smaller. Other than that, I mean, and I think if I did rely upon that, I would have come in even less. Where did I come in, 2? So I could have come in like 1.9 if I relied upon that. But I used all 3. And, you can see comps 2 and 3, they're in a more sought-after beach area, so I made a 5% adjustment because they're more sought after. Comp 1, I didn't make any adjustment because it's similar.
Okay. So in comp 2, what did you adjust it to?
5% because of the view.
2 million, so 2.02.
Yeah.
Like as a total, and that's also, this number 3 is also more sought after. Beach area, so 2.11.
And then this is the one that's more by the dump. That's this one here. It's right on the corner, and you are. And you know,
What's the address on that one, on number 4?
141 Veris.
Okay.
And that one adjusted out at almost even 2 million. So between the four of them, that's, you got some higher, some lower. I guess if I had relied upon number 1, I would have come in at 1.9. So I must have used equal reliance. It came in at the even 2. And again, if I was trying to come in low, I would come in at the 1.9.
Right.
Like the first comp. But I'm trying to be consistent. I'm not trying to be. I am consistent. Best I can. And you know, I don't know where they came up with the 2495697. Was basically 2.5.
Right. The 141 Veris, yeah, that sold in September of 25 for 1.8, and this looks very comparable. I mean, within a year of construction, within 4 square feet of size, same lot. I mean, slightly smaller lot, but I mean, marginal difference.
Yeah, small potatoes.
Not like your lot's so big that they could, you know, build something more on it. I just want to go back and get the addresses. What was comp 2?
Lally.
272. It's a little bit older, but much closer to the beach, I guess.
Which one, 2 or 3?
2.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean,
A little
it's like, and Lally's a little bit more sought after street, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather be.
It's not near the B zone.
I mean, even though it's only 2 blocks over, I'd rather be here than we're there. You know. So
Right.
If they weren't facing the park and if it wasn't busy, and it's also busy when you look. It's better with this map. It is in the floodplain, as you can see.
Right. I mean, everything there.
So you can see, I mean, the other side of Fox, they're putting it all 2 families here.
Yeah.
That's a changing neighborhood. And, I mean, I would rather be on the other side, if I could, that's for sure. Roland Road.
Right.
I mean, I would rather be on Roland than Fox. Or Lally.
Right. So, yeah, so 347 Lally was, 2.1 in August of 25.
Yeah, they're all right there.
So, yeah, I mean, it seems like,
Yeah, so it'd be a little less than these, a little more than this one. So again,
right.
It's bracketed pretty well. Sometimes what I try and do actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I average those sales out, it's a 195, so
Right there.
it's a little less than what you're asking for. So. Okay.
Again, I mean, I don't, my success is not based upon coming in low.
Right.
You know.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Anything else on this one?
Nope, I'm done with the testimony for 81 Fox Street.
Okay, the time now is 11:57 a.m. So the time is now 11:58 a.m. Appeal number 700 for 179 Partridge Lane. I have Mr. Gregory Lane representing the homeowners, Bridget and Kevin McBride. Mr. Lane has already been sworn in.
Yes, I am still under oath, I understand.
The town has placed a value of $1,407,000, and they are asking for a reduction to $1,250,000.
That's correct. Okay, good morning, Gregory Lane, Lane, representing the property owners, Bridget and Kevin McBride, property address 179 Partridge Lane in Fairfield, Connecticut. And the subject property is a single-family dwelling. So it was actually built in 1959, and they added, remodeled back in 2007. They converted it, because most of the properties there are smaller ranches, and this was made into a larger 5-bedroom colonial house. But they haven't done anything in the past 20 years. I mean, since they only, let's see, these current owners purchased it in 2020, so they haven't done anything. But then the owners previous, when the conversion was made back in 2007, the kitchens or bathrooms, nothing has been done since then. I'm handing over a copy of my appraisal with various pages dog-eared to make it easier to look at the photos and the maps in the appraisal. So the subject property is very close to Riverfield School off of Mill Plain Road. As I said, there were mostly ranches here in the neighborhood over the years. They've been demolished, added to, combination of on quite a few of these properties. I did find 3 other comparable sales, and probably 2 and 3 are probably better. Mill Plain is a good sale, but that's a real busy road. So I did have to make an adjustment for that. But other than that, the square footages are a little smaller, not much. The subject is 3,588 square feet. All my comps are more than 3,000 square feet. And the subject property does have solar, and I'm not clear if it's owned or if it's leased. And when I do other appraisal work for other lenders or for the court system, I note that they do have this energy efficient feature of the house. I don't customarily make adjustments for it because I don't know the specifics of the arrangement, being owned or leased. I just kind of note that it has that feature for the reader, but I don't make any adjustment for it. But back to my sales, they're all within a quarter mile, I believe. They're all within the time frame of the revaluation. And just based upon square footage, the one that's on Walden Court, that's a good sale, because even though the subject was built in 59, having it totally rehabbed back in 07, and I think Walden Court, well, those are 30 years old. So, I mean, that's a good comp.
Yeah, 64 to 50.
I think it's probably is a smaller site. I don't know. It's a very similar site, 0.24, 0.22. So that's a really good comp, because you're not on Mill Plain Road, step back, decent. Though, you know what? With the school there, I guess 6-1 after those notes. It's and then Woods Inn Road. That's also a really good sale. That was probably better between the two of them. They're both pretty similar, and that's how I arrived at my number. You got 1250, you get 1239, 1258, That's a really tight grid. And they all sold within the time frame. I used the positive time adjustments, which does bring up the value a lot.
Right.
Easy 50,000 plus. But the only adjustment, the big adjustment, was for Mill Plain Road being on the busy road. Other than that, it was just finished basement area, bath count here and there, but those are 3 good sales. I don't really have any beef about the interior. But again, they haven't redone the kitchens or baths in 20 years, so those certainly aren't done. And, you know, the revaluation company didn't do an appraisal on this, so, you know, I'm the only one to get inside the property and verify the room count and the condition. So I feel confident with my sales, and I think that my opinion of the market value is justified and validated.
Okay. Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. So the Mill Plain was adjusted. You're adjusting a little bit due to the traffic, just because it's Mill Plain Road, but the
5%.
other two,
5%.
Walden Court and Woods End, are pretty straight up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Woods End Road's a little newer, 1980, but Walden Court's a really good direct comp.
Yep, that's a good one.
5 baths somehow with 4 bedrooms. They must really like the bathroom. Yeah, and I mean, if without the adjustments, if I average those sales out, we're at 1.18, so you're like right in the ballpark.
Yeah, I could probably come in, well, with the adjusted sales, I didn't have much choice coming in like 1250.
Right.
Use them all and get you at 1230, 1268, 123. So you're like right there.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of playing room there. So yeah, it's just utilizing similar comparable sales in the area is how I arrived at the value, and I feel confident with that. And that's the end of my testimony for this property.
Okay. The time is now 11:58 a.m. Okay, welcome. I'm Neil Fink. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment of Appeals. I'm going to be hearing your appeal today. Your hearing's also being recorded through the phone here. Okay. The current time is 12:31 p.m. Note that here. Just a couple of things we need to go through before you start your presentation. Just for the record, I'm going to confirm this is appeal number 701, 137 Fairland Drive. The homeowners are Joseph and Megan Patzelt. Is that saying it right? Okay. The town placed a value of $1,625,600. You're asking that that be reduced to $1,150,000. If you could just for the recording, for the record, state your name and that you are the homeowner.
Joseph Patzelt. Yes, I am.
Okay. And then I need to just swear you in for the hearing. If you can raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you, this is the information that that I just read. If I'm going to ask you to just sign here, confirming that this information is in fact correct, and that you were sworn in. Okay, and now this is your time to present the information you brought in to, make your case of, why you believe that the value should be $1,150,000. And remember, we're really looking at what the home would have sold for on the reval date, which was October 1st of 2025.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see it.
And I'm going to take some notes on the computer here, so I'm paying attention and not like surfing the web or something.
All right. Let's see. So I have some comps of homes that sold. We have 149 High Ridge Road.
Okay.
Which sold for $1,600,000.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me just pull that up. It's just, you can just have this fill in my spreadsheet for me. I'll have all the information. Okay, so that was April of 24. A little bit bigger than your house. sold for $600,000.
854 square feet larger, has 2 additional bedrooms, 2 additional bathrooms, and it was new construction in 2024, sold March of 2025. It's in a nicer neighborhood, higher cost neighborhood, quieter, less traffic. It's a flat piece of property with no wetlands.
Looking at the sale history. How long have you been in here? You've been there since 2005, I guess.
05.
So this house was built in 2024, I guess, this High Ridge Road house?
That's what I gather from
Yeah.
the card.
I don't know. There's no way to know for sure, but it looks like that. Actually, it says, wait, what is it? That's weird. Came up at about 600,000. So it looks like that value actually may have been like for the house that was previously there or for the vacant lot. I'm not sure. But that's okay. But
The sale was $1,600,000.
for that,
Ah,
for 149 High Ridge, I'm not seeing that. That's the weird thing. I'm seeing that it sold for $600,000, which
right.
doesn't make much sense for that house. I think it's showing just this because it was bought by a developer in 23 for $575 and then sold in 2024 for $600, which is like right when it was built. So that's a weird one. But what is interesting is that the land value. Oh, they put the land value about the same as yours. So, okay. All right. Well, let's see the other. You had some other comps. Let's see what those are.
I forget where I saw that. I did find on a
well, their assessment
transaction
or appraisal.
listing.
Their appraisal was 1.397. So it's still.
Okay, well, we can go by the comp for that, I guess. I guess the sale price. Well, not that it isn't relevant, but.
Right, but even their appraisal is, almost $300,000, $200-something thousand lower than yours, even though it's a brand new construction home, larger size with more bedrooms and more bathrooms.
In a much quieter neighborhood.
Yeah.
We're on Fairland Drive, which is runs between Burroughs and Ferris. It's along the side of Fairfield Woods.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know exactly where that
and
is.
The Jennings School, Fairfield Woods driveways come out on our road.
Oh, okay.
So we get their traffic.
Right.
And then everything from like the Myro Street, Ward Terrace, Campfield, all of that neighborhood, they use our road as a cut through to get to Black Rock Turnpike. So that's where we get more traffic.
Okay. Okay, so then, what was the, second comp that you had?
327 Lucille Street.
Okay. Just grab the information for that one. 327 Lucille. Okay, and that one sold in November of 25, which is
Right.
right around the reval date, so,
And that sold for 1.333. Again, much quieter neighborhood, higher cost neighborhood, flat property, no wetlands.
how's your house wetlands?
We are. Spent a lot of time in conservation.
And it's not, so, and yours is not a flat usable property,
It's-
or?
It's not flat like this. No, it's sloped
Okay.
down.
Okay,
And also 1,494 square feet larger,
right,
an extra bedroom and 2 extra baths.
yeah. Okay. Did you have another one, or?
Next is
Oh.
73 Marion Road. Sold on October 3rd for $1.4 million.
Wait, is it Marion?
Marian.
Oh, M-A, okay. Okay, yeah, so that sold right a couple of days after the assessment was completed. That's sort of interesting. They got a break on their assessment. They bought the house for 1.4 and they appraised it at 1.27. Sort of interesting. So that's a much newer house.
They overpaid.
Maybe, yeah, I guess it could be one of the other.
Yeah, so that's appraised at $350,000 less than ours. Again, more expensive neighborhood, less traffic, flat property, no wetlands.
Much newer home. Yeah. 2 extra bedrooms and 2 extra baths, I guess.
762 square feet larger.
Okay. Yeah, these are good. Where is Marion Road? I'm not sure.
If you're on Fairfield Woods, headed towards Stratfield Road, go through the stop sign where Morehouse is, and you go up the hill. Before you crest the hill, it's on the right.
Oh, okay. It's funny. I drive by there every single day. And
Yeah.
noticed it.
Dead end, or there might be one road off of it. Next, I have 300 Winnipoge.
Okay. So that's over by the lake.
That sold just after November 12th, 25. 1175. again, quieter neighborhood. Flat property, no wetlands.
Yeah, they have beach right there too.
Yeah, they have lake right there. And the home is 635 square feet larger. So that's all the sales. I have some assessments for appraisals of neighboring properties.
Okay.
Right next, there are 2 houses up, 159 Fairland. Appraised for $599,000 less.
What was the actual amount?
Let's see, 954,900.
And it's a comparable house to yours, or
It's 1,340 square feet larger. Yeah, this is right next door to me.
pull that one up? I assume they have the same wetland issues.
Exactly. Yeah, the yards are almost the same.
So, yeah, very identical. They actually have they've got an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. They've got 4 beds, 3 baths.
One extra.
So there's nothing about your house like that you can think of, like no special features or anything that you can think of that might have caused them to...
So our house is newer than this. Then
Is it 159 Fairland? I mean, they're both 1953.
Right, but our remodel is newer than theirs.
Okay.
But I don't believe it's $600,000.
Right.
Newer.
Okay.
And then 95 Fairland Drive, 2 houses up. Theirs was appraised at $1,026,500. And they have 3,836 square feet.
Yeah.
They have 2,496.
Because all these houses were built around the same time. Interesting. That one's almost identical to the other one, to 159, under like same builder or something. And they've got 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, 5 bedrooms, 2 extra bedrooms, 1 extra bathroom.
Okay.
And then, ready to move on?
Yep.
52 Fairland Drive. Appraised for 1,328,800.
That one, it's also like 500 square feet bigger than yours.
Yeah. 592 square feet larger, 2 extra bedrooms, 1 extra half bath. And their property is completely flat, no wetlands.
Oh, there's no wetlands over
They're
there.
on the other side of the street.
Oh. Okay.
And then 310 Fairland. That was
Fairland, that one's like almost 3,400 square feet.
892 square feet larger. 1,389,700 for value. And they have a nice flat yard.
Is that on the other side of the street as well, without the
It is.
wetlands?
They probably have wetlands down low, but their yard is flat.
Right. It's a slightly bigger lot, too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 0.6 acres. It's a little, yeah,
Little
tenth of an
bit.
acre, but okay.
Let's see. And then as of October 1st, Zillow showed the value of our home at $1,100,000.
Okay.
I don't know if Zillow holds any
Yeah,
water.
it's hard to know with Zillow. I mean, I'll put it in, but
I'm not going to claim that as my main point.
right.
When I first saw the evaluation, I had a moment of panic before. I was like, oh no, dummy. They changed the mill rate when they do it.
Oh, yeah, in terms of the taxes, yeah. Yeah, but it still makes a difference. I mean, you know, you have the right to appeal and everybody should pay their fair share and no more, so. Okay. So was there anything else you wanted to share? I mean, you certainly brought in a lot of information and
Yeah, I hope it wasn't too much.
No, not at all. I mean, you did your homework. Is all of that information that you just provided here?
It is.
Okay. Great. Okay.
I tried to put everything in order too.
So in terms of the process, so what happens next is I'll be presenting your petition to a majority of the board at an upcoming meeting, and there will be a deliberation session for consideration and a vote. And then you'll be notified of the board's decision within 7 days of that meeting, taking us a little while. Yeah. It should be at the latest by the end of May before the new tax rates go into effect. So, I think it has to be by statute. So we have a lot of these to get through. So
how many did the?
There were 900 around 900 appeals total. Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome. If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next revaluation in 4 years.
Right.
If you disagree with the board's decision, you can take the next step, which is to appeal in court, and instructions on how to do that will be in your decision letter. So if you don't have any questions or additional information, then thank you for your time. And
thank you for your time.
Let you go home.
Very much appreciate it. Hopefully you can go home
welcome.
too now.
Yes, I'm all set. I just need to clean up. So thank you very much.
All right. Thanks again.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks. You too. The time is 12:55. This concludes the Room 2 hearings for the Board of Assessment Appeals on Saturday, March 14th, 2026, with Neil Fink.